Good morning, LBHT crew. Good morning, Rogue Nation. We are back. Listen, the hoodie is back. That can only mean one thing. The cold weather's back over here. All right. Maryland weather is some of the most volatile weather I've ever seen. Okay. It was in the 90s all last week. Right. Hot. Not only was it in the 90s, my AC wasn't working properly. So, I mean, it was super hot upstairs at least, right? Um, and then finally, once I get that under control and it's back, the temperature decides to drop down to 50. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's going to be pretty cool this week. It warms up towards the end of the week for a little bit, but morning time, nighttime is going to be cold again. So we're not quite in the summer, and I'm not rushing to get to the summer, but I don't want any 50-degree days anymore. You know what I mean? Done with that. Let's give a couple good morning shout outs. Oh, Ferris is here. Hold on, let's bring Ferris up. Let me make sure I'm on the right stream here. There we go. Ferris, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing swell. How are you?
All right. Let's get these morning shout outs. We got Michael Akins in the house. Says, I'm sure you heard what they said. Hard but hurting our players, and they weren't out before the games. All makes sense. Yeah, I saw that. Carmel Moody, Grand Rising. Dr. Kush, good morning. Nightmare Kilo, good morning. Says, I'm here super early. Yeah, I saw you in here 5:56. Okay. Salute to you. Ashley, good morning. Corey Hunt, salute. Showing love on both channels. I like that. Appreciate that. Michael Aikens, same thing. Both channels. Appreciate y'all. We got Zach Shaw says, good morning. Good morning to you. Muhammad, salute. Says, morning, guys. Trading top 10 pick is crazy. Yeah. And congrats to Ferris. Hey, you know what? I got to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. I didn't think they would get a first round pick for Dexter Lawrence. Not only did they get a first round pick, they got a top 10 pick. We're going to talk about that in 1 second. Bazel's in the house. Salute. He says, hi, Action Kush. Well, hi to you, Bazel. Okay, we're here too. But yes, hi to them as well. Rainmaker, salute. Says, good morning, guys. Let's get this week off to a great start. In other news, the Bengals are idiots, and I like it. Even though Harbaugh is trying to stick it to the Ravens. Oh, I mean, we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss it. Jai Wayne, good morning. Good morning. Stu Wop, good morning. Points in the house. Good morning. We got Just Aloe. Salute. Just Aloe says, hello. I hope everyone is having a great morning. I saw that Jose and Bradney scheduled a show for 9 p.m. and I was like, nah, I'm good. Oh, you talking about when we did the for the uniforms? Was that on Thursday?
I think so.
Yeah. That was on Thursday. Yeah. That's all right. That's why we got replay. All right.
Just Aloe was eating his soup and he went to sleep.
Yeah, Kwame, good morning. Big boy, good morning. We got Wayne Drummond, good morning. Top of the morning to you. Neuropsych Sports, salute. DDSQ, salute. Good morning. Imani, good morning.
Good morning.
Be More Gorillas says countdown till draft. That's right. And Imani showing love on both channels. Appreciate you. Colorful, good morning. We got RJ Trap, good morning. We got Nigerian Nightmare. Salute to you. We got, who else we got in here? We got Stu Up. Devin Janelle. Konnichiwa. Over in Japan.
Domo Origato.
Yes. We got Game Too Easy. Says, first morning stream I made it to in the last 2 weeks. Hey, salute to you. We appreciate that. Cousin Davon, good morning. Trey Johnson, I see you. Good morning. And Crude Feed is in the house. Salute to you. Who else? Lamont Bailey. Good morning from Vancouver. Salute. Hey, salute to Vancouver.
Good day, mate.
All right.
That's Australia. Calm down.
Yes. Sorry. I ain't got nothing.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I
A
got
couple
another.
things before we get started. First, I want to put this out there for anybody in the DMV. All right. I told my friend I would put this out there. There is a basketball tournament, 3-on-3 basketball. It's a youth basketball thing. Um, it's Battle of the DMV Big Three, May 2nd from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All right, at the Kenilworth Recreation Center. That's in Northeast DC. And those are the age groups right there: 3rd to 5th grade, 6th to 8th grade, and 9th to 12th. All right. So all the information is right there. You can scan the QR code to register. It's $60 per team. All right. $10 per event. If you want to do the event, 3-point contest, free throw contest, dunk contest, things like that. I would assume that would be for the high school grades right there, because if you're in 6th or 8th grade dunking the ball, then you probably don't need to pay for anything. Somebody's going to pay for you. Okay. If you're 3rd or 5th grade dunking the ball, they're definitely paying for you.
You're going to a Catholic private school in a couple of years.
Yeah, right. So yes, if you're in the DMV area, go ahead and check that out. All right. So there you go. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the newsletter is back. All right. I've been promising you for a year and a half that it'll be back. It is back. Thank you to Adelia for making that happen. All right. So that's coming out every Monday at noon. So make sure you sign up. LBHTShow.com. It is free. It's free. So just go to the website, scroll down a little bit, put your email address at the bottom, and you will get the newsletter every week. All right. That's a free way to support the show. It gives you a lot of information. It gives you information for all of us. Coaches' information is on there. You know, if you're a Panthers fan, there's some Panthers stuff out there. So go check it out. All right. Coach C, good morning. I see you in here.
Sir.
Phantom Cyborg, I see you. Narome Taylor, salute.
Shout out
We
to
got
the
God's
Canadians.
favorite. We got
How
Coach.
you doing, A?
Morning.
Morning. JR, salute. All right. The big news, and Ferris is here to celebrate this, and he should take a victory lap. We got Giants star Dexter Lawrence he was traded to the Bengals in a pre-draft blockbuster that includes the number 10 pick heading to the Giants per Ian Rappaport and Mike Garofalo. Giants get premium draft compensation since he gets a linchpin, while Sexy Dexy gets a new big money extension. Yes, and I think they reported what he's getting
28
too, right?
million.
20 million a year.
1 year extension, 28 million.
Oh, okay.
That
Now,
tweet actually pissed off a lot of people not because of what the trade is, the way he phrased it. Him and Adam Schefter phrased it the same way. He said it includes the 10th overall pick, which then assumes that there was more to the trade. But then literally the next day, Schefter says, oh no, it's just the 10th pick. So they alluded to something that didn't exist and just proven another reason why these people they're not journalists. They don't have any integrity. They're liars. They paint a narrative what they want, because people thought like, oh, they got a bigger package, but now it's just literally just straight up.
well, it's not lying, right?
I don't.
It's you can say it's misleading a little bit. Like a trade, a trade involves two parties. So if something's included in the trade, and one person says, "I'll give you this one thing," that's part of the trade. So you can say this is included in the trade. The whole trade is the pick and the player, right?
You could have just said, "Oh, the trade is player straight up," but they said includes. I don't.
Oh,
really
sure,
know. Yeah.
sure. But I mean, yeah.
But how you gonna get mad at the 10th overall pick for
Right.
a guy that had a half a sack last year?
Oh, I'm not mad at that.
Not you personally, but I mean Giants
okay.
fan. Like, you have the 5th and 10th overall pick. Like,
I thought they thought they were gonna get something else, like a first and a third or something like that.
Because y'all greedy.
Yeah. Hey, shut up, Kwame.
Yeah.
Wow.
It says you'll want him more than a first rounder. He's worth a third at best. I wouldn't say a third. No, he's worth a first rounder.
You don't know what a good defensive tackle is if it slapped you in your face. Get out of here.
First of all, you were the one that was upset weeks prior hearing that he wanted.
I didn't want to trade him. I didn't want to trade him. But if we had to, getting a first round pick was the best course of scenario.
Let's not say first round pick. Top 10 pick.
Oh, we got a super chat from Kobe. I appreciate you, Kobe. Says Harbs just going to take whoever we wanted at 10. Okay, so this is what we're getting to, right? When people are saying the Giants are trying to screw us over. Trading Dexter Lawrence to our division isn't screwing us over. Like, teams try to get better, right? They should try to get better. All right. You're worried about getting screwed over in that sense because our O-line isn't good. If we're doing what we need to do on the O-line, you wouldn't worry that much.
John Simpson, good luck, dog.
but this right here, getting who we want at 10, that shouldn't be an issue either, right? Like if there's a few players that we could be looking at. It's not just Vega, right? And really, they have needs too. So it's not like they're just getting the guy just to screw us over. So do your due diligence, do what you're supposed to do, stack that board right, and it's not a problem. I don't care what other teams are doing. I care about what we're doing.
Apparently, this trade was on the table for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, the trade, like, Cincinnati was like, "I'll give you a first right now," and the Giants were like, "Sounds tempting, but I'm trying to fix this. We're gonna fix this relationship real quick." When I'm hearing reports that the agent said, "I am not talking to Joe Shane. Don't even have him in the room. I don't even want to talk to the guy." The agent is saying this.
Well,
what Joe Shane, man, he's burned like literally. I don't know what's up with this dude.
Well, I think no, that's the player saying don't talk to them, right?
Yeah.
If the player wants to stay and the agent isn't talking to him, then the agent's fired. But if I see the agent not even engaging in conversation, then that means the player is like, don't talk to them. I'm not interested. I'm not coming back.
Yeah, he said you can talk to Don and John, but don't talk to him. I don't want to talk to him because if it was money, and he's only getting 28 million at 29, while Christian Jones is getting 32 or 31.2 at 32. It wasn't about money. He hated the dude. He hated him, and he wanted him gone. But the Giants were like, we're not gonna fire him. And they're like, I'm out. Because I feel like if they did fire Joe Shane, I think Dexter Lawrence is still a New York Giant. But they weren't going to, and he was like, "Nah, I'm out. I'm not doing this." And Cincinnati, they looked at the draft board, they looked at the people who they wanted, and they're like, none of them are going to be there at 10. None of them who we want are going to be there at 10.
How can nobody be there that they want at 10? That means you didn't scout well. You have a top 10 pick and you don't see anybody that you want at 10. You're not doing your job. Get new scouts because they need help.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. So let's take out who would possibly be there at 10. They don't have to go receiver. So the 3 receivers at 10, you don't really.
They want to keep paying these receivers for the next couple of years. They not want to trade one and get one that's under a rookie contract.
I agree, but it's Cincinnati. So Cincinnati.
They need a safety. Caleb Downs.
That's true. That's true.
Lineman.
But the Caleb Downs at 5 has increased this last week. So they probably like John's going Caleb at 5.
They said the same thing with
running back.
Yeah. Running back. Yeah. This Jeremiah Love.
Linebackers.
They got Chase Brown.
They can take anything on defense. They can take anything on defense.
Chase Brown is no comparison.
Let me get this other super chat for Kobe. Appreciate you, Kobe. Says this just raises the probability for Sadiq at 14. Yeah. And that's fine. Like I said, I want to go O-line there. But yes, they got Charlie Jones. That's right, Coach. They got Charlie Jones.
Yeah, they do.
You can't forget about him.
Punt return extraordinaire.
But
and Andre Yoshevash.
Yeah, I just because if the Giants end up taking Vega, there's still other linemen there, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Fano is somebody that is versatile. Maybe he could play on the inside and then kick out to the outside later on. I don't know about the other one. What's the other tackle? Lomu. I don't
Yeah, his
know, but
teammate.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
Caden
Morgan
Proctor.
Freeland.
Depending on who you talk to, Proctor is a tackle, but depending on who you talk to, some say he can kick into inside. So there are other
Man,
options there. So,
I wouldn't
but
touch
Kenny
that
Sadiq
dude
ain't a
with.
bad option either.
Yeah,
You know.
People saying
So
no. People saying no to Sadiq at 14.
yeah, I mean, like I said, as long as they're going offense, there could be worse options, right? Like Kenny Sadiq can come in, like he's projected to be a playmaker, and we need playmakers.
Mm-hmm.
So
hmm
I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. You
me
know,
personally,
yeah, go ahead.
if I was Cincinnati, I would have stayed at I would have stayed at 10 and drafted one of the offensive linemen because their offensive line ain't that good either. So I don't know what Cincinnati like. It's a reporter who said Cincinnati didn't think anybody of worth was going to be there at 10, which I'm like, okay, I guess you want to keep killing Joe Burrow, you know?
They could have traded back and got a D tackle. They could have gotten
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
what's his name? Caden, what's his name? McDonald.
Yeah, he's like your old school run stuffing. He gonna create chaos in the middle. Yeah, Caden
Mhm.
McDonald. He won't give you a lot of sacks, but he's really like
Like Dexter Lawrence.
All right.
the year before he had 8, 9.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's cool, but you got to realize
Mhm.
they lost Trey Hendrickson, so they
Yeah.
needed to replace that production somehow, and they just felt like
hmm
maybe somebody in the top 10 wouldn't give them an immediate impact. Maybe they think that they are Super Bowl caliber team, and they're trying to win right now instead of waiting.
And last year they did draft Shamar Stewart. He may have started out real slow, but now he's kind of gotten a full off season with Cincinnati. Plus,
Yeah.
they did sign Boye Mafe from Seattle.
Mhm.
So he was a part. He was one of the rotational pieces in Seattle. Is he gonna be an every down defensive end in Seattle? There was a lot of rotation in Cincinnati. He's probably gonna play a lot of the snaps. So you have some rotation there as well for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati line was actually pretty good last year. The O line, no, the O line wasn't good. That's why Burrow got hurt
Again,
again, right? The D line. If you're talking about the D line, yeah, I think the D line was pretty good. D line was pretty good.
yeah, they had
And
Chris Jenkins,
yeah,
Chris Jenkins Jr., Isaiah Folksy, Shamar Stewart, BJ Hill, and you replace them with Jonathan Allen, Dexter Lawrence, Boye Mafe. That's three new guys on that defensive line. Plus,
yeah,
you have
they're gonna be
the
pretty good.
youngster Miles Murphy.
Mhm.
And like Hendo said, like they could be all in for right now, and it should be right. Like they don't have rookies. Burrow's not a rookie. Chase and Higgins, they're not rookies, so they're looking to bounce back. Like
Gesicki.
they've missed the playoffs since they've been to the Super Bowl, right? I
Yeah.
don't think they've been back to the playoffs, or they might have
Nope.
went one time.
Oh, the
No,
following year, they
beat
made the AFC
Buffalo.
championship. Yeah, they made the
They beat
AFC
Buffalo.
championship game
Yeah.
against
Kansas City.
against Kansas City.
Deanna, good morning. Says any updates on the Ravens O line yet?
Yes, they
Still
still suck.
waiting. Yeah.
They are still bad.
Yeah. Just waiting. So
I could see why people think that offensive line is a little bit good because you see the names. You see Orlando Brown Jr. You see the rookie Dylan Fair. Was Dylan Fairchild a rookie? Because he sounds like the rookie from Georgia, right? Yeah, he's the rookie from Georgia, Dylan Fairchild. You got Ted Karras, Dalton Reisner, Amarius Mims. So you got some beef on the offensive line. Hopefully Joe.
Jerome,
Yeah,
what's going on? Says honestly, we can get a day 2 or 3 uh wide receiver and lineman corner. I believe is a serious need. I believe corner will be taken because outside of Wiggins, who do we truly trust? No, I disagree with this. I think you need to flip that around. I think we can get corner on day 2 or 3.
Mhm.
Marlon Humphrey, I trust. Right. Cheeto, I trust. Right. Like I don't understand this. I don't understand how we could clamor to have Cheeto back and then be like, don't trust him.
All right.
All right. I trust these guys. I think, especially Marlo. I think he was put in a bad position last year. A lot of times where
Oh, okay.
he got beat, I don't think he actually got beat. I think somebody was out of position, but Marlon Humphrey is too much of a professional to throw his teammates under a bus. Right. But the plays that were made in the secondary were made by Marlon Humphrey last year.
Sex.
So
He
I
gets
trust
you
him.
turnovers, man.
Right. And you say you don't trust these corners in a bad defensive scheme with a bad defensive coordinator, but you trust Danny Pinter, you trust Corey Bullock, you trust guys you've never seen play before, but you don't trust the guys that you've already seen play. Made some bad plays, but also made plays in the secondary. So you trust guys that don't have any experience.
I
You
trust
trust
the
Rashad Bateman?
Yeah. I trust the
You trust
defensive.
Mark Andrews?
Yeah. See, I'm not. I don't try to keep harping on this guy because I think he's a good player, but he's not like a big name because a lot of people don't watch Chargers football. Tareem Still, he played very good last year for Jesse Minter. Nobody knows his name. No one thought he was a good corner because no one knows his name. You don't think he's gonna elevate your corners to play better? These alleged first round corners that you guys have and the first round safeties. You don't think the scheme and the coach is gonna elevate them like the way he elevated Tareem Still and some of the no-name players on the Chargers defense? Because like outside of Khalil Mack and Derwin James, those were the only two big first round picks on those defenses. You know, you can know about Denzel Perry. I mean, everyone knows about him. But like some of the corners, you know, you don't really know the names like that. So yeah, I believe a good defensive coordinator and a good head coach can elevate the alleged first round picks you guys have. If you can't elevate them, then you didn't pick good players, period.
Facts first, because he elevated some undrafted free agents, some 6-7 round picks. He elevated those guys, but the first round picks he's not going to be able to do. Then you add in Jalen Hawkins. Like we have pieces on the defense all across the board. Then if Nnamdi comes back, the defense is pretty much set. You added Trey Hendrickson, but offensively we've added nothing. So you trust an offense that has so many question marks, but you don't trust a defense that has proven commodities on it.
Yeah, man. You got
what
Cam
did I do,
Hart.
Ashley? What did I do?
I don't know,
So
man.
Jose,
You
don't
did
do that.
something. You did something.
Sense. You made sense.
Yeah, Cam Hart, Elijah Molden, Dante Jackson was one of the corners. And the Chargers played very good defense last year. So don't tell me 2 first round picks at corner, plus a solid veteran rotational piece in Chidobe Awuzie, plus your 3 first round safeties can't be elevated by a scheme. You just can't do it. There's one side of the ball. Yeah, I like Jalen Hawkins when I liked him when he was at Cal. I liked him when he played a couple of years in
Whoa, hold on. Time out. God's favorite says, didn't you want Marlon to take a pay cut, Jose? Yes. But you trust him? Yes. I guess you don't trust him enough to pay him whatever he's owed next season, though. You know, it's funny, right? Because aren't y'all the same ones that wanted Lamar to get back some money to the team? I guess you don't trust Lamar. Huh? I guess you don't trust Lamar. Lamar's the only person that's supposed to give back to the team. They're supposed to take some deal to make sure that they have enough money, but nobody else is supposed to sacrifice. God's favorite said, "Not me, Jose." It ain't about not trusting him, right? Look, yeah, I'm saying if you have to get the money, get it elsewhere, right? Stop asking. Stop. I trust bait, Jose. I don't know, Ashley. I don't know. But yeah, I do trust him. Is he a top 10 corner? No, but he's still solid enough to start. Right. You do have Cheeto there, and we had TJ Tampa. We have 2 young guys that we drafted. We put enough in there. If they turn out to not be good enough, then worry about that next year, because you can't sit there like Hendo said. You can't sit there with a straight face and be like, we trust Pinter or Bullock or whoever is going to start there, because we have no clue who's going to start at center. No clue. Okay, and whoever we end up putting there, you're not gonna feel comfortable about him either.
They paid $30 million, and y'all don't trust your boy.
And I feel like we keep
the tackle, John Simpson. They gave him
$30
million. Y'all don't trust him.
Right.
You don't trust Andrew Voorhees.
We got a super chat from Kobe. Thank you, Kobe. Appreciate that. Says skill position player at 14 is more valuable because of the 5th-year option. Interior O-line are coupled with tackles for valuation on the option. Inside O linemen are usually day 2 picks. But see, that's another issue that I have, Kobe. I heard EDC talk about that, but this is why they always lose out on quality players, and this is why they can't get it right on certain positions because their valuation is just wrong, right? Okay, they're coupled with tackles. Guess what? If you're drafting them in the 1st round, they're worth it. We just found out with Tyler Linderbaum, right? This is why he didn't, and he just explained why he didn't want to do the 5th-year option because, like, oh well, he was going to get paid too much, but you were going to pay him that anyway, right? The 5th-year option or the franchise tag was like 23 million or something like that. The option
was 23.5 million. They offered him 22.5.
So you were offering him that anyway. Like, pick up the 5th-year option or just pay him. And then he ended up getting paid $27 million. And now we're like, oh, yo, good thing we're so smart. We didn't spend the money like idiots on a premier center because he wasn't worth it. Who's gonna play center though? I don't know.
Time out. So the tag was 23 million. And you guys offered him 22.5. You all they were complaining about $500,000.
Yeah, I guess in his mind, it was the fact that they were offering him 22 million a year. They could structure it any way that they could and save money in that first year. That 23 million was fully guaranteed. So I guess that may have been the hiccup. I don't know.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this, man. To all the fans out there watching us, all the fans in the chat, we love you and we support you. If someone on Twitter talks about how you don't know how to run a franchise, all you have to do is say this. Y'all see EDC? He don't know what the hell he doing either. Y'all know who Ryan Grigson is? He don't know what he doing either. Y'all can run an NFL franchise because I believe in you. Because look at the nonsense we have to see today in this NFL. Look at this. Y'all see the New York Giants for the past 15 years? Y'all don't think y'all could have done a better job? I feel like y'all would have done a better job. I think I would have done a better job. I think Hendo could have done a better job. These people don't know what they're doing, bro. We're out here arguing about $500,000. $500,000. Really, bro? And then he ends up getting 90? Come on, bro.
Draft hasn't started yet. Do you mean off season? Well, yeah, we're in the off season.
Somebody asked the question of is John Harbaugh having a better draft than EDC? They meant off season. That's what I think.
Oh, off season. Okay, got you. Is Harbaugh having a better off season? No.
Also, too, guys, if y'all were talking about if you want Casey Concepcion, he's now being pushed up the draft board, so he may go in the 1st round. So I might not be able to. Yeah, he may not be there in the 2nd round. There's a couple of corners in the late rounds you guys can target. You know, I think Coach pointed them out. The Washington duo, Takario Davis and come on, man, it's the guy with the great name. Ephesians Price Sock. You know what I mean? Y'all can, they're big.
Ephesians,
Ephesians Price Sock. Big, rangy corners. Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all can.
Oh, he froze. Young Brew, good morning. SV Cam, salute. I see you in here. Okay, you're back. Did you get a phone call?
No, I don't know what happened. No, I'll say, man, and also too, why aren't offensive linemen weapons?
And Zeke Kage, I see you in here too. Salute.
What's up?
Why offensive linemen weapons?
Yeah, because they're the biggest weapon. Because you're protecting your biggest asset. I got you, Coach. I'm sorry, Coach. Yeah, you did. My bad, Coach. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it quiet.
That's all right. Let me read this real quick. Quentin Nelson, and thank you, Nightmare Killer. Appreciate it. Quentin Nelson went 5th overall, and he's one of the best guards in the league. And what skill position have we gave a big second contract to other than we talk about linebacker?
All right.
Safety. Right. Corner. And I mean that whole value thing, if that's how you value players, then your whole valuation chart is off. It's just off, right? Mm-hmm. What's more important than protecting your quarterback?
4 safeties.
Right.
And 2 linebackers.
You know, Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Says, is Vega Vegas the model of a well-run franchise now? Is Vegas? Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
Right. Like, I mean, this whole valuation thing has put us in a bad spot. You can do that when you draft when you if EDC was constantly drafting good players and replacing the guys and not having to spend a lot of money on these positions, then he can pull that off. Then he can talk that talk. But y'all saw how the O line was. Y'all saw what the team was when Lamar didn't start. It wasn't watchable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's done an awful job, and I gotta remind y'all, he didn't draft Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so like you have to when you're not doing a good job there, you have to know when to pay somebody. You could call it overpaying, you can call it whatever you want, but when you have somebody that's talented, you have to keep that person.
Mm-hmm. Also, sorry, Hendo, do you think
it was complete silence when we paid $100 million to an off-ball linebacker
and a safety that doesn't get you turnovers?
Wait a minute. You're not gonna come in here and do that first. You're not gonna come and do, listen, this man plays. Listen, this man plays all over the field. He plays snaps, defensive end, linebacker, safety, everywhere.
Oh, well, what about 100 million?
He got
what about 100 million? That defensive tackle that got hurt right away.
He got us one sack first, playing all over the field. Yeah. You don't do that.
What about dang? What about I say? I was about to say something. I don't remember what I was about to say. Oh yeah, I see a lot of Giants fans, right, talking about John Harbaugh's drafts in Baltimore. What drafts? He wasn't the GM. What are you guys talking about?
Well, that's the thing. He made a lot of decisions. He wasn't the GM. He shouldn't get credit for it, but the way it was structured here, he had a lot of pull and a lot of influence. So, like, yeah, we suspect that he made a lot of these picks.
When did that become a thing? Because ain't no way when y'all first hired him, he had that sway.
He sure did.
When did it become? So after 2012, and that's probably
but more prominently 2019 when Ozzie stepped down and EDC stepped up.
Yeah.
Okay. So from the 2012 to 2019, and then definitely 2019 till post. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Because I was about to say, like, you can't give him credit for anything before 2008. You know what I mean? That was, those players that were drafted there. He had no business. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't there in 2008, and a couple of other certain players post 2008. There's some good players y'all drafted. I think y'all drafted CJ Mosley. Mm-hmm. CJ Mosley.
There's some players in there that we got. Yeah. We did. We got over 200 people in here. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. If you're new in here, hit that subscribe button on 3 channels. We got Lunch Break Hot Take streaming right now. You got Robot streaming, and check out Ferris's channel, Good Friends, Better Rivals. And look who's here. Tracy is here. Says hello all. There is nothing to disagree about. Protect your Lamar and give Henry more lanes to run. End of conversation. Facts. We don't need to go around and do all this other stuff. Just protect Lamar. Get him some weapons and make sure Derrick Henry got the lanes to run through, because even though he had 1,500 yards last year, but I think it was like his 3rd best season in his career, how many times did he get blown up behind the line?
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? A couple of those fumbles, I know he went on a little fumble streak. A couple of those fumbles were after he already got hit in the backfield. He got past the guy, but like somebody would come behind him and knock the ball out. Just put him in a better position than you're putting him in.
One of them was I think it was Falele blocked a man into him.
Hey man, I'm looking at some of these drafts post 2012.
Right.
Nasty.
First, don't do it. Don't rehash our pain. Stop it.
We got some more super chats here. Let me read it here. Nightmare Kilo, appreciate that. Says, I meant a second big contract for a skill position on offense other than Mark and LJ. Okay, we don't pay wide receivers. Zay is still a question. So why not go guard first? Good point.
Facts.
Good point. Kobe, thank you for a super chat. Says, Ozzie selected 6+ Hall of Famers since 19. How many EDC get? TBD, right? TBD.
You don't know.
We don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
Kyle Hamilton.
Maybe
Maybe
turns it
Tyler
around.
Linderbaum. Tyler
Yeah.
Linderbaum might be a Hall of Famer. I mean, he won't go into a Hall of Fame as a Raven, but
No, he won't. No, he will not.
yes. So somebody asked about the Zay Flowers interview. A coach did react to the video. Make sure you guys check it out. Zay Flowers was spitting facts, right? I don't understand why people were mad at what he said. I don't even think he was trying to throw. I mean, he was throwing a little shade. He throwing a little shade because when they asked him about Harbaugh, he didn't say, "Oh man, that was my guy. I missed him." He's just like, "Oh yeah, that was surprising,"
right? And it was weird to me a little bit. Maybe it was because of editing. Because in the same sentence they asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, how do y'all get up for games? Because when I played the Ravens, it hurt. Like y'all hit, like y'all was mad or something." And he was like, "It's the way that he helped us prepare for the games. He got us ready." Then the very next sentence was, "Yeah, that's why we got hurt because we practiced too much. Like we were doing full pad practices in week 17."
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Like, it's like, oh, I got an extra. Like banana in my banana sundae. Like, oh, that was a surprise. Like,
yeah, but that's what he said. He's just like, yeah, but he didn't say anything like. I mean, there was nothing wrong with his answer.
I got an extra fry.
There's nothing wrong with his answer.
Right.
He's talking about how they practice. He talked about how he had to take ice baths before games. You know what I'm saying? To get the swelling down and everything like that. And people are acting like he's being soft or. He's throwing his former coach under the bus. He's telling you his experience, and he ain't the first person to tell you that. I mean, first of all, if you're against what he said, I need to remind you guys that they've already been in trouble for their practices, their practice miscues.
A padded practice allotment.
Yes,
right?
they've been fined a couple of times.
Yep,
they've been reported on a few times. So this isn't something that's new. They're just breaking the rules. Okay.
Oh my God.
And right before Tyler Linderbaum came,
right, Coach. People wondering why Lamar was taking Wednesdays off. Yes.
Yeah. And I can't remember the Cleveland Browns. He was the president of the NFLPA, and the Ravens were supposed to sign him, but because we got in trouble with the practices and they were getting reported, Harbaugh was like, "I need this dude on the team reporting me," so we didn't sign the center because he didn't want to be told on.
Yes, it was a center.
Treader.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Treader.
Okay, also, I'll keep my comments to myself about that guy.
Who was that tight end? That former tight end that he also reported us.
Jordan Cameron?
No. He played for the Saints.
He played for. Yep. I can see his name.
Tight end, play for the Saints.
Yeah. I forget. I can see his face. I forget his name. But
yes, the Patriots. Ben.
Ben Watson.
Ben Watson.
Yes. He also, as soon as he got here, he reported the Ravens for the practices. So this is something. Yep, it's something he's Harbaugh's always done this.
So you're telling me that the man that breaking practice rule, padded practice allotments that hurts players, just signed the team that's the most injured team in the last 5 years.
You didn't hear the interview, sir? You didn't interview because Zay was like, and when I heard it, I just was like, what? He was like, yeah, during game weeks in practice, I would run 4,000 yards. And this is before the game. He said he ran 10,000 yards with the game and everything combined. 10,000 yards for 2 weeks straight. It's 20,000 yards he ran. You don't think that's going to take a toll on your legs? Then when it gets to playoff time, that's when he got injured. He got injured that season. The season before, we wondered why he didn't come back for the playoffs. His body was beat up.
Facts. Kobe, appreciate the super chat. Says OG saying the modern NFL soft walking with limps. Right.
Facts.
And it ain't even all the OGs, right?
Some of the young guys too.
Now I'm just saying, like, not all the OGs say that. Some of them just keep the mouth shut, like, yeah, I hear you, right? Because they walk around with canes and whatnot, so they get it. Some you got some that say it's soft, but
Shannon can't walk right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
what's up, go man?
And he got CTE. What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming through. Exactly. You're saying they soft, but you can't, you can't bend your fingers. If it rains, you can't go outside because your knees will explode.
Mm.
You know,
You know,
your knee bones doing like chakras, like you know what I mean? Because there's no cartilage there. You know what I mean? So like game's still dangerous, man.
yes,
Game's still
Devin. Ben
dangerous.
Watson been out the league for a while. Wow, Harbaugh's a menace. Facts.
Facts.
Yeah, shout out to
Right.
Ben.
Steve Saunders was a scapegoat.
I thought
Yeah, of
about that.
course.
That's is that the training? The training.
But
Yeah. I
But-
mean,
I will say, F that dude. F
yeah,
that
the COVID
dude.
thing was his fault.
That COVID thing, and more importantly, the COVID thing was John Harbaugh's fault because he allowed him back in the building.
Yep.
Knowing that he had COVID.
Yep.
Menace.
Yeah. Because he didn't want to wear a mask. You know, that was the
Yeah.
whole right wing thing where they didn't want to wear a mask and they wanted to infect people and all that nonsense. You know. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Says, I am team protect Lamar at all costs.
You need a job in front
At
of
some point, yes, Tracy, like we have to overlook all the flashy things and just do what's necessary. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't understand how we're sitting here in April and have no clue who's going to snap the ball. That's insane to me.
Mhm.
That is insane. You guys would not talk like this if this was the defense. We put it, it's funny because last week when we were like, hey, let's do a little thought experiment. Let's say we didn't get Trey Henderson. Let's say we don't get Max Crosby. We don't have any edge rushers. We just say, hey, you know what? Let's put Travis Jones at edge.
Right.
He can play edge, right? You know, who's that guy that we were talking so much about that he was a rookie, undrafted rookie. I keep forgetting his name.
I thought you guys drafted.
I thought you
drafted
he was drafted. He was drafted late.
Drafted.
Yeah,
Sixth
Aeneas,
round.
yes.
Sixth round. Aeneas people.
Yeah.
Hey, and these peoples, hey, you know what? Put him at edge. Right? That solves the problem.
But Jose, he was the flavor of the month last season. Oh, you got to get that kid burned. I see something in him. Now y'all talking about replacing him.
Yeah, not Carson Vincent. Aeneas Peoples.
Aeneas Peoples.
Why can't we just put Aeneas Peoples at edge, y'all?
Right.
We talk about this for the O-line all the time. We just take a guy. Maybe he was drafted. Maybe he wasn't drafted. Maybe he's played before. Maybe he hasn't. Never played center ever. But let's just put him at center. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, people were supposed to go crazy. Put him at edge rusher.
Facts.
We can't do that.
Yeah. Let's go.
It sounds stupid, right?
Let's go in the next offseason and have 3/4 of the secondary unknown. And watch how Raiders fans go crazy. Talk about we got to replace 2 corners and a safety next season. And watch y'all want to get the best of the best in the secondary. Y'all not going to say, oh, no, we got Longer Bean. We got Kone. Let's use these guys. Y'all not going to say that. You're going to want to replace them.
What's up, Flex only says because he's a Peeble, I guess.
It's crazy.
Cosplay says, I don't think we're gonna get out of here. I didn't think we needed any more defenders. We should have only focused on offense and O-line, in my opinion. Mentor Weaver can get our D right. Yes.
Thanks.
Yes, with what we already have. That's what I'm saying. I think this was the year because we've drafted and paid so many guys on defense. This is the year to see what do we have, on that side of the ball, with good coaching and really focus on the offense. And then afterwards, then we say, okay, we might need a play here or there. This person ain't going to work out, but give those guys a chance before you say we got to replace everybody.
Right.
AJ
Brown traded to the Patriots.
Yeah, it's looking like
wow.
he's probably going to be there post June 1st.
That's something we already knew, though.
Yeah,
but to me, like, it's crazy just to think about, like, you got this young quarterback and they're out there doing everything that they can. They moved on from Stephon Diggs and upgraded to AJ Brown for this young quarterback to thrive. Dontavian Wicks got traded for a 5th round pick, a 5th rounder. Not saying he's the best, but he can improve an offense. And we're sitting here standing pat talking about, well, we'll find out if a guy can play.
I'm curious to see what the conversation is going to be. What's going on, Tanja?
Good morning.
Obviously, it'll be the 1st round pick. That's like the 31st pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to see what else they gave up, because if it's just that or that in the late pick, then we're asking the question again, why couldn't we do that? So Like I said, the Ravens, like they always get a pat on the back for not making these blockbuster trades and overpaying, overspending, but in the end, you get exactly what you pay for, right? Somebody said it a while ago, like saving money doesn't get you extra points or extra yards during the regular season. You always just end up with a worse player. That's what happens when you go cheap. You just get a worse player, right? There is no AJ Brown on our team. Zay Flowers is really good, and I would like to have another good player next to him, but he's not quite AJ Brown. And look, we ain't gotta trash Bateman. I don't care how you feel about Bateman. He's not AJ Brown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not one of those guys. I want to get one of those guys. Which is why I wouldn't even be mad if we got Kenyon Sadiq, right? Because Mark Andrews is not and never will be a playmaker. Okay. And
hey man, I know you see that 6'3", 6'4" weapon that's running 4.3. I know you see it. I know you want it. I know you see it, and I know you want it. But you got to go guard. I'm sorry. I know you want it.
You talking about who?
You got to go Vega, man. You got to go Vega at 14. I'm always pro. I'm always pro offensive lineman. You pick the offensive lineman over the weapon most of the time. Sometimes,
But Ferris, but we did our mock draft last week, and that 6'3" guy, 6'4" guy, he will be there in the second round. Chris Brazil the second. He runs a 4.3.
Yeah, he does. Unfortunately,
4.37.
Yeah, unfortunately, with him, he plays for the University of Tennessee. That's his problem.
He didn't start at Tennessee though. That's what somebody pointed out.
Wait, where is he?
Noah started out. He said he started at a different college, and then he went to Tennessee.
Oh, well, interesting. Okay, that's probably his saving grace.
Wow.
So Chris Brazil, I think he's 6'4" or 6'5", something like that.
He was at he was at Tulane with John Summerall. Okay, all right,
See?
all right, yeah.
See?
Yeah, they're just some players from certain schools. I'm not touching this person with a 10 foot. Wide receivers at 10. Wide receivers from Tennessee,
Florida,
and offensive linemen from Alabama. And in Florida, wide receivers nah, bro, I'm done. Don't even. No.
Killer says, "Whoa, Jose, you disrespected the franchise's receiving yard leader that will be broken by Isaiah 2 seasons." My bad.
What does it say about a franchise where that guy's your leading wide receiver?
Yeah,
you don't prioritize offense.
No, you don't.
First, for 29 years, our leading wide receiver had 5,777 yards.
That's crazy.
For 29 years.
You can do that.
Jamar Chase is already halfway through.
No. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, they passed that in their fourth season.
Yeah.
You can do that when you have Ray Lewis, Suggs, Ed Reed, Haloti Ngata all playing at the same time. You can be that way, right? Mm-hmm. Because even the best offenses they're going to struggle, right? Those are different types of players. These are those were generational players. Mm-hmm. If you want to have that same philosophy today, then you have to get generational players, right? You got Roquan Smith. He's not Fred Warner. You know what I'm saying? You're drafting edge rushers. None of these edge rushers are Suggs. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to get guys that are generational guys in the secondary, linebacker core, and D line. Who's a generational player on that defense? Maybe Kyle Hamilton. Right? So it's the Hendo freeze. Oh, you're there. Okay. That's not enough to keep investing in defense because the only real generational player we have is Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. So that's where you need to put the focus on, right? So this need for constant defense is crazy to me because they're never asked to hold it down on that side of the ball. Never. We never put it on them to win us games. That defense in the past, it was always on them to win the games. Mm-hmm. Even in the Super Bowl, they're like, yeah, you gotta make the stop. It's on you.
All right.
Did you announce that you guys are doing a special pod Thursday for the draft? We are. We are. We will be going live with Coach from City Tally Films. It'll be a multi-stream, so you can watch it over there. You can watch it here. Hendo.
I don't know. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I heard this. I heard some negotiations were going down. I already told Coach I was gonna bully you into going.
That's crazy.
So. So yes, come check us out. Come check us out. Coach will be doing day 1 and 2. I'll probably go live with them both days as well. I can't account for Brodney. He'll be there day
He'll
1.
be there
for day 2. I don't know.
He's off. He'll be there.
So you just put it. I didn't put it out there. Hendo put that out there. Okay.
Also, too, guys.
Yes.
I do want to point out something about the yardage and the stats. Be very wary, because in the upcoming years, stats are not going to look the same. Yards are going to just fall off the face of the cliff because of the new kickoff rule. Because the new kickoff rule, if you don't kick it in the zone or something, you get the ball at like the 35 now or the 4, and then if you so you want to make them, and then if you got kick it in and they run it, they can, if you're a good kick returner, you can get it to the 40 or the 50 and get good field position. So actually yardage is decreasing over the years. So back in the day when a receiver would have 1,600, 1,400, 1,700, that's going to go down to 13 to 14, because their starting positions for most offenses now are going to be closer to the 50 because of the new kickoff rules. So be on the lookout how teams use the decrease in stats to screw players off in negotiations. Watch out, guys. Watch out.
Yeah, watch out. Tyler Luke just wasn't that guy on kickoff.
Yeah, I too. Because like you see, like last year they had 1,200, but let's say you have a good kick returner, that 1,200 may be 900, 11. It may decrease because you may have good starting field position.
First, no. We threw for 2,900 yards first, and he got 1,200 of them. He's gonna get his yardage.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying. If you have a better kick returner, you start closer. Be on the lookout.
But if you got that defense, if you got that defense to get the ball back, though,
that's a good point.
All right, we're going to end the stream. Coach has a mock draft that's premiering. Coach, I think I set it up right. If you stay here, it should redirect you over there. So once you leave here, if it doesn't redirect you automatically, go over to Coach's channel so he can premiere his mock draft. Ferris, let the people know where to find you real quick.
Let's Get Ready Network, LGRN _ Let's Get Ready. Good Friends, Better Rivals. Every Friday, 5 o'clock Pacific. Me and Caleb do the Good Friends, Better Rivals. The eponymous show. We talk NFC East. But this Thursday, we're doing also a first round watch along. Me, Adelia, Shug, possibly Shug. So we'll be there. So
there you go. Hey, make sure it's no yogurt cups.
Yogurt cups? What?
Yogurt lids. I'm sorry.
What? What happened?
I sent you the clip.
You sent me the clip?
I sent you the clip of your stream.
Kobe, thank you for the super chat. Right on time, Kobe. NFL not investigating Vrabel. We'll talk about it. NFL not investigating Vrabel for pill talking his way into
Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year award is looking into if he colluded to lower the prices on trades or free agent is wild. Listen, man, I think they I mean it's one thing if you want to look into it a little bit, see if there's anything nefarious going on, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. You think they're the first reporter and athlete or coach to hook up? Not by a long shot. In fact, Diana Rossini, it was rumored was in a love triangle with another coach years back and another reporter. Just saying, this ain't the first time this has happened with Diana Rossini.
You know the names?
Didn't they fight?
Yeah, they did fight.
They did.
We mean, do we know the names? You were part of the overtime show where they discussed it.
Wow, first.
I'm saying, did they know the names?
Yeah, we don't know. Don't worry about it because we're gonna talk about it probably again this Wednesday. All right.
Oh man, Samantha Ponder literally married Christian Ponder. Come on, guys. Like they be talking to each other. To single people in the sports industry, you don't think? Well, but married people too, I guess. You know. What I mean? So,
all right, we're gonna get out of here. Once again, because there's 200 people still watching. LBHTShow.com. The newsletter is back. Make sure you sign up. It's going out this afternoon. Every Monday at noon, you will get a new newsletter. All right. Full of information, full of fun stuff in there. So make sure you go check it out. It is free. LBHTShow.com. Hendo, what you got going on?
Oh, I mean, I made a couple of videos. I just didn't edit them.
Okay.
I might do it today. But listen, I am 8 subscribers away from 8,900. So if you could just hit that subscribe button right now, get me over that platform, that milestone, and we can just head on our way to 10,000.
Hit that subscribe button. We need 8 people. Let's do it.
8 people.
I'm 40 away from 450, guys.
Nice. You moving up, man.
There you go.
Yeah. Small goals.
So, really?
80 and 40.
More content, huh? And look what happened miraculous.
Yes.
Oh.
What is this video you said you sent me? Because I looked at her message. And
all right. Look,
we'll talk about it.
Afterwards. All right, we out of here. Y'all have a great day. We will see you next time. Peace.